Hello and welcome to another edition of
You Can Do It!
The series where we examine a video game, what it is, and what you as the player can do in it. My name is Snow, and in this video, we're going to be looking at the game
Elden Ring!
which was developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco. But first, a quick background. Elden Ring is a third-person, action, open-world role-playing game with gameplay focused on combat and exploration and dying.
I'm joking.
In this game, you play as what is known as a Tarnished who has no maidens.
You are maidenless.
It takes place in the lands between, where an outer god known as the Greater Will created the Elden Ring, which is made up of great runes, and stored it within the Erd Tree,
That makes sense.
which overall represents the concept of order.
Order!
However, before the start of this game, the ruler of the lands between, Queen Marika, shattered the Elden Ring into pieces, causing chaos, which the different demigods fought over and now possess.
Then they have all the power.
Your goal is to explore the lands, kill these demigods, regain control of each great rune to piece back the Elden Ring, restore order back to the lands between, and become Elden Lord.
I am Lord.
Alright, enough background. Here's what you can do in Elden Ring. And we'll start off with basic movements and actions where you can move, sprint, jump, crouch, crouch walk, climb ladders, and fast travel. Or teleport.
Teleport?
Yep, and you can ride elevators, ride a horse that can sprint, jump, and also double jump. And you can dodge by jumping back or rolling, but your roll speed will depend how heavy you are.
I'm a bigger fat of ass.
And now that we've covered some of the basic movements and actions, let's talk about the combat, arguably the most important aspect of Elden Ring, where you can use up to 308 possible weapons,
That's a lot.
which can be short range like daggers, mid range like swords, or long range like bows.
Big weapons, little weapons, sharp weapons, dull weapons.
Also defensive weapons like shields to block or parry enemy attacks. And weapons that can cast spells. Regarding attacks, you can do a light attack or a heavy attack. And you can dual wield.
Two.
Also, weapons can have special skills to do things like create a frost shockwave, throw blood onto enemies, slice enemies up, or take out all enemies with a golden wave.
That'll do it.
And you can do stealth attacks.
I think we can all be a little sneaky sometimes.
Alright, those are some of the weapons and techniques you'll be using. Now let's take a look at the enemies you'll be using those against, where you can fight basic enemies like pots, bats, crabs, aliens, and giant ants.
I hate ants.
Fight tougher enemies like bigger crabs, giants, stone giants, plant snake monsters, and dragons.
Lots of dragons!
Additionally, there are story bosses which you have to fight to complete the game,
What is thy business with these thrones?
along with mini-bosses and other bosses that are optional.
Choose to ignore if you like.
All enemies have their own move sets, meaning specific attack patterns that, if you learn them, it'll be easier to kill them. And if you do end up killing enemies, you will receive rewards like that enemy's outfit, or their weapon, spells and incantations, and runes,
That's currency.
which I'll touch on in this section, which is about objectives, focused on collectibles and upgrades, where you can collect runes in order to purchase items from many different vendors throughout the lands between.
You want to buy some potions, spells, weapons?
But more importantly, you can use runes to upgrade your character's stats and weapons to make you more powerful.
I'm stronger. I'm better.
Now, of course, you can earn runes from killing enemies, but also from letting enemies kill each other, or themselves, selling items, or finding them throughout the world, like this golden rune worth 7,500 runes.
That's a lot of money.
And other than collecting runes, you can collect golden seeds, which can be used to increase the amount of healing or magic potions that you have.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
Collect spirit ashes, which are companions that you can summon to fight for you. And you can find sites of lost grace so that you can use them for fast travel and as a spot to refill your resources, reset enemy spawns, and other actions which you can see here.
Look at those things.
Now regarding quests, your main quest is to explore, level up, and take out the story bosses. However, along the way, you'll be doing other quests where you can cure a sick woman with a golden needle, retrieve a woman's necklace, break a curse for a creature who is turned into a tree, and free a man from jail who is known as the Dung Eater.
Ew. Is that a poop joke?
Now, quests can be picked up from just exploring the open world, but some will also come from people at the Round Table Hold, which is essentially your hub to do things like buy and sell things, upgrade things, and just keep you on your journey to becoming Elden Lord.
May you take the throne.
Now, while becoming the Elden Lord can be fun, what can be more fun than multiplayer, which Elden Ring has, where you can summon a friend to join your game world, or at least try to, and if unsuccessful, put in a password. And then finally, maybe, you can summon your friend.
It's a process.
Once they're in your game, you cannot fast travel or ride your horses.
That's two things that won't work.
You can get invaded by other players, which your friend can help you deal with. And then you can both teabag. Other than that, your friend can help you with boss fights, but once you've defeated the boss, your friend is forced to leave your game world.
Well, that's dumb.
Another aspect to multiplayer or online elements is that you can read messages left by other players, which occasionally will reveal hints or warnings on what's to come, a comment about the area, or jokes.
I love jokes.
Also, you can write messages, and you can view how others have died by touching their bloodstains.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
And now some of your favorite times playing Elden Ring will be when you can fight a boss who is an exact replica of you, except they're rolling way more than you do, because like, you only roll when you need to. This is excessive.
It's too much.
Walk through a dead horse, a dead body, and walk on air. Listen to an enemy playing a string instrument, a woodwind instrument, and singing.
That is the voice of an angel.
Watch an enemy nibbling on her sword. Watch your leg twitch. Watch your whole body and horse twitch. And watch a cutscene of you raising a bridge and then finding out there is still no head.
So no head?
And look at this turtle. Alright, now with all that being said, if you like Souls or Souls-like games, or you're just interested in trying one,
Yeah, I actually would like to try.
you have around 55 hours to complete the main quest, or almost 9 days to explore everything and get all the achievements like I did.
That's a long time.
You don't mind trial and error over and over with different enemies because you will die a lot.
Yeah, you will.
You understand that you'll most likely hit a wall at some point in the game and have no idea where you should go. You may even have to ask, where should I go?
I'm so f***ing confused.
But it's like they say, when one wall's closed, another opens.
Who says that? No one says that.
You also don't mind having to sometimes look up guides on the internet. And if you do, you can view it more as engaging with a community rather than a chore to get past an ambiguous or difficult section of the game.
This is hard.
But you can enjoy the combat and movement, which sometimes can feel stiff, but rewarding if you do it correctly. You like exploring in open world games and finding new environments, sometimes with complex routes, like in castles and catacombs, and even the map underneath the main map. You can appreciate the variety in weapons, armor, spells, and incantations, along with the wide variety of enemies and bosses.
Variety is good.
And you like the art direction and just how cool all the different characters look. But not this guy. He looks dumb.
He's very stupid.
Then I think you'd agree with me when I say, yes, great game. All right, there you have it. Those are some of the potential things that you can do in Elden Ring. If you like this video, I have others like this that you can watch on my channel, like my video on Hades. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't, as it does help me out.
Yeah, it does.
And I'll see you in the next video.